We're live.
Yeah. What do you do on Monday nights? Monday night, 8 o'clock. You know what I do? I come do this dumb show. I come on here, I do this dumb show. And who do I do this show with? I do it with my good friend Ron DeGhetto and my other good friend Frank Lopergola. And tonight, we have another special guest in the house. And this guy is a riot to me. I think at FH10, all I did was laugh with this guy. If you saw some of the broadcasts I had, it would just laugh after laugh.
Let me tell you why I got a lot of respect for Butch.
Ladies and gentlemen,
most times when people blow us off on the show, we never see them again.
I bring to you folks the janitor of the American Digger magazine, Mr. Butch Holcombe. The man
that's right
after everyone at the magazine. How's down there going?
Man, I had a blast hanging with you guys down in Florida. That was fun. And,
we always have a good time down there. We love that.
Oh, heck yeah, we do. Heck yeah.
And you really suffered through some pain, not just me. Not the pain of me. I mean,
we were hunting you out the first night. We were hunting you out when we got there. It was like, Butch is laid up in the hotel.
There's pains in the butt. There's pains in the legs, Steve. And I had a pain in the leg. You got a pain in the butt. You're great, man. What can I say?
Well,
you're like the northern version of me. God help you.
I can't tell you how good it was to see you, because, dude, you're the best, man. It just laugh after that.
Fun, man. That's what. Hey, if you can't have fun in this hobby, what the heck are you doing here?
And your wonderful wife was there too. She's a lot of fun.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. She was there, and I want to thank everybody right now, because I was pretty well useless that whole hunt, and you guys helped.
You've always been useless, kind of, but
some other people, and I saw Steve helping carry the cash box, and but I couldn't set up. I mean, I couldn't do anything except just sit there and look feeble. So,
well, yeah, I know, and that's the worst part. I gotta tell somebody. I gotta tell. Hold on a minute here. I got
on top of your head.
I gotta tell everybody something. Yeah, that's what I was going to get at.
Uh oh. Hey, I knew it was looking. Celeste is going to be so upset.
Oh my God, she couldn't keep her hand. Listen, it was really bad the other day, though. I mean, yesterday.
Oh.
Celeste is very upset. She kept following him around in Florida, fluffing up the back of his hair.
I couldn't take it anymore. It was kind of warm here, and I just got done digging, and my hair was like, well, Butch, you got the same crap on your head. I don't know what you're doing with that.
I don't know. I need more in them. Did you auction yours off like for, locks for tots or something?
Dude, mine was like Brillo pad, dude. There was no if anything.
Yeah, I was thinking if you used it along with the ugly box, you could clean almost anything you dig.
I'm letting mine grow in. I'm almost ready to grade it.
Oh,
so off it came. It just didn't grow the way even if it looked like yours a little better, Butch, I'd have been. I mean,
well, that mouse pad that you guys had or somebody had of Steve with all the hair, that is going to be a 100% top-notch collectible. There it is.
I was going to show mine, but I actually mailed it to the winner.
Dude, you know what? I was literally thinking of hiding it in Frank's house when I left for him to find later. But I wanted it.
If I had a portable camera, I would take you right now to where my Anchorman picture is.
All right, so I want to tell everybody this little story because I really, really screwed this up.
Yeah, you screwed up.
And this is going to be a good one.
You showed your butt, basically.
So, no, can you let me talk?
No, I'm the guest.
Jesus God.
You just worked here.
I wanted to have Butch on for a reason, because I was going to send him this picture. We'll say uncensored on the show.
No, but we're censoring it.
But I went to send it to Frank, and somehow it went to Butch, and he got he got it before.
We wanted to get his reaction live, but Steve said it to him 2 hours early. So
Steve screwed up.
Butch, can you recreate how you looked at when you saw it?
I want to show everybody what went on behind Butch's back at FH10.
No, there's kids on the show.
No, we censored it.
You know the bad thing about it? Here's not only did I have an adverse reaction to this, but automatically I knew it was Steve and his face isn't showing, and that kind of scares me. I mean, that just frightened the heck out of me.
And Butch, the funny thing is, you sat in that chair after I rubbed.
I know. I'm thinking of that.
My butt was up and down that chair of yours.
We're gonna have a chair burning at the next Florida.
I wouldn't wait.
Every magazine you could think of, every part of that booth. So Butch had left his booth, and I won't really name who the cameraman was, KG.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Yeah, KG.
He was having a problem holding the camera. He was like this, like, oh God, I just can't. But
KG is a brave man.
How funny would it have been to see the look of Butch's face, to see that unedited photo on the show, and I screwed it up.
Oh yeah, I like the story where KG had a problem taking that picture. I've seen KG's picture.
Oh yeah, KG now.
What you don't know, Steve, is I noticed on that you sent that to all your contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid, but you do. See, you do have
bother Butch. They don't bother him.
Butch does have the unedited version. And what did you say you were going to do with it, Butch?
It's going on the cover. You got the cover of American Digger magazine going on the cover somewhere.
Oh my God. You'd lose a lot of subscriptions.
No, but we know what the new mouse pad is going to be. The new Steve mouse pad.
I told him it's going to be the #1 meme photo on the internet.
See, what people don't understand is this is some of the things that went on at FH10 that go on there. The fun, the camaraderie.
KG is behind half of it. You guys know that. He took that picture. Him and Ringy were large and in charge.
And what I did this year was really cool, and I didn't really get much feedback on it, but when we got there, I had good Wi-Fi, so I started broadcasting. Like when I'm broadcasting, then I come over and see Butch for the first time. So everybody got the unedited reactions of what it's like when we all bump into each other and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, when two guys like me and you bump into each other, we literally bump into each other and rebound.
Ain't really a bump. Jesus God.
This is my brother from another mother, but God help our mother, because that's two big babies.
Yeah, it was
God help her.
And it, like I said, it probably would have been worse if you were feeling better.
Oh yeah, it would. See, I had a little bit of defense. I had the sympathy defense. You guys wouldn't pick on a poor guy.
No, we had no sympathy for you. I didn't really, I'm not gonna have it. I mean, I care that you were hurting and everything, but no, I didn't really care. I mean, I was gonna.
What?
It didn't stop me from. It didn't stop me from.
It didn't hurt you.
I
That's
care.
the
I
main
just want to
thing.
say it for the record.
It didn't stop me from shorting all over your stuff. Let's face it.
I think Steve has discovered the brown noise.
You better burn that. You better burn that chair and anything that chair has touched.
You know, I'm going to tell Anita that was her chair.
Yeah. What did I do? I did something to her too. We're in line waiting to get food, right? And she's behind me, and I said, was it you, Frank? Or you walked out? I go, man, Butch's wife keeps hitting on me all over. She looked at me like, are you nuts?
It was the hair.
Yeah, it was the hair. Yeah.
The hair, man.
That moment's gone now. She never look at you again, Steve.
Oh.
I had a great time. I did.
Oh, I did too. That was fantastic. And you guys doing the gold coin, that was just up and beyond duty, man. That was a great thing to do for the veterans at Florida 10. And I got the number right. It's not Florida 8. It was Florida 10.
Yeah.
I've been getting the numbers wrong since they started.
I'm not good at math.
Actually, I've been getting the numbers wrong since they started.
Yeah.
So what is new in American Digger magazine? What's
Oh,
going
it's
on over there?
that is the most timely question anybody's asked me because I haven't been interviewed in quite a while. This issue of American Digger magazine was the digital version's already out, and the print version, they had a snafu at the printer, but the print version should be on its way to people shortly. But it is 10 or 8 more pages than the normal American Digger magazine. It's 82 pages, I think. So it's going to be bigger, better. It's got all kinds of.
Wait a minute. Your periodical is bigger than my whole book.
Well, you know, it's. But what you don't know, Frank, is I use 80 font. So
There you go.
Yeah,
I use big words literally. But you know, it's kind of, I look around and I'm like, my God, where did all the magazines in print go? I mean, you had Western Treasures, it's gone. Lost Treasures is gone. You know, overseas in England, you still have, you know, The Seeker, I guess, and Treasure magazine. But here in America, it's pretty much American Digger's the only print magazine left.
I mean, what else is left? Everything else is gone.
It is.
But
And the sad thing is, people still want the print. Sorry, Steve.
that's okay. No, I didn't mean to cut you off, but one of our avid viewers who has a crush on me, Michael Baumhoff, he's asking that when you do my cover, if you could make it scratch and sniff.
Oh,
I'm just saying. Look, I'm just.
I just threw up in my mouth a
I'm
little.
just repeating what he is.
I just threw up in my mouth a lot.
Oh,
I just feel really dirty somehow.
how long have you been in? What do you call it? Publication? Is that what it's called?
I guess that's it. Publicating. Yeah,
Publicating.
I've been actually the magazine. I started it 20 years ago. Started the magazine, and before that, I had written as a freelance writer for a couple of other magazines. And 20 years ago, I started the magazine, and I was going to do it part time. And 19 years ago, I quit my full time job because I had enough subscribers to do that. And it's been a awesome roller coaster ride since then, and we've ended up bigger and better.
Beautiful thing.
And unlike Frank,
I love what I do.
Unlike Frank, you've written some successful books.
Well, it's easy to get my stuff published when you know the publisher.
Listen, I'm on my 3rd printing, all right?
I mean, yeah, well, there you go.
10 books each printing. I'm on my 3rd.
Because they're trying to fix your spelling mistakes is what it is.
I've sold tens of books myself, Frank, so I can certainly understand that. But it's a labor of love, you know what I mean, with the stuff you've written and all you guys. It's I make a living at it, but I don't get rich at it. But by God, I wouldn't trade it for any job in the world because number one, I love the metal detecting hobby, and number two, I'm too lazy to work for anybody else.
But I wrote a 70-page paper for college on metal detecting that I think four people have seen in the world.
You know, I hear so much shit, Frank.
It's not a labor of love anymore.
And all Steve has to do is drop his drawers, and he gets threatened with putting on the cover of a magazine.
I know, right? What the hell?
Figure it.
That's one way to the top, buddy. Right to the top. Right to the top.
You sure as heck ain't gonna sleep with the publisher. I guarantee you that.
That's how you got to get to the top because you ain't climbing no ladder. I've seen you fall.
This might, this takes you every day of your job. I mean, right?
It really does.
Yeah, this can't be an easy task.
And in the background, not only do I put out the magazine, and I still do a lot of it by myself. We're a very small company, but I also publish books under Greybird Publishers, and I published both of Bill Dancy's colonial books. I've got another one in the works now by Buckle Boy. I've had several other ones that I've co-authored. One with Charles Harris, who passed away a couple of years ago, and they've all sold good. I mean, it's great. It's like Frank. I've sold 15, 20 by now.
My next one is My Life with Steve, a tragedy.
If
You
you,
want to talk about tragedy? Jesus Christ! You should have been there the 5 days I spent with him. Tragedy.
hey, you guys ate good though. I saw that.
Well, yeah, we did. We had the food was good. We had a great
That
time.
never seemed to be a problem.
No, we had a
Well,
great.
I know. Well, you get somebody like Steve or me with you, then you'll find food.
Was like feed me. Did you hear what Frank did the day we went detecting, Butch?
No.
No, what'd I do?
What'd you
What I
do?
do? What I do? We he took us all to the beach. We took a good 30-minute ride, maybe more ride to the beach, and
Let me
we
be
get
clear.
there,
I told you before we went.
and
There ain't nothing popping on these beaches down here right now.
well, yeah, because you need something to pop them with. So we get there and we pay about $80. We pay about $80 to park for the hour. Frank comes waddling over and he goes, I got my pouch on, getting detected. Frank comes over and goes, dude, I forgot the scoops. Like, I'm like, really, dude?
I took him out of the truck to go to FH10 and we never put him. But
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Frank goes, I'll just go home and get him. Okay, so then he hands me and he's going to say this was the Grand Beach Scoop.
I handed you $100 and some, Ronnie. I gave him that beautiful beach.
I don't care how much it cost. It was this long. It was 12 inches long.
17 inches long.
Yeah, well,
17 inches long.
Yeah, well, when you bend over 17 times to get one target, you're done.
Most people can.
Is that what you were doing in our booth, bending over with a short scoop?
That's okay, because then I rode up the street and I found this sports shop that had 4 metal detectors, and I bought Steve a beautiful galvanized hand scoop.
Another one you had to bend over with. So I called him and I go, Frank, you on your way back? No, there's so much traffic. I ain't going. I got 2 hand scoops and that's it. I said, you got hand scoops? He goes, yeah, I got hand scoops. I went, no, I'm done. I said, I was done. I said, I'm not. That was it.
But so it took me 30 minutes to go 6 miles, and we happened to find this spot. I wasn't driving the other 20 miles to get home.
Frank goes, I ain't coming back. I'll see you at home.
That's not what I said. I said, you're done. If you're done, I'm turning around. He goes, I'm done.
Exactly. So I sat on the beach, and Matt Kwiatkowski had his scoop. He detected. Huh?
You could have shared.
We did. We tried. It was, it just wasn't working out. And that, listen, I didn't mind. It was a nice day on the beach. Well, things happen, but it's just typical Frank.
They should have came over on the East Coast. We had our scoops. We had John Porcello. We had the.
If I had come over on the East Coast, I still wouldn't have had the scoops because they were home in my garage.
Well, I'm sure one of those guys might have had a scoop they could have helped you out.
All right, we're going to get into this. And Butch, I want to talk about Butch before he might have to go. Now, also, every Monday night at 9, you do a podcast.
We do. American Diggers Relic Roundup.
And that's a very successful podcast.
We've been around a long time. I mean, you guys have too, and
we try to step on your show every single week, Butch, but it just doesn't seem to go.
Hey, it's perfect. You get on at 8:00 for you guys, and then 9:00 for us. It just meshes perfect.
Well, what happens is by 8:10, people go, "What the hell am I watching?" And then they got 50 minutes to wait for your show because listen. People catch on
to my show. They're trying to find yours again.
People realize real quick the kind of crap we're trying to sell on this page. Let's face it.
It's good to know that I've got somebody else to
really, yeah.
But bust your balls when I'm not there. I mean, it's just good to know.
It's really hard to upstage our show after we come on and embarrass ourselves.
I want to tell everybody too before I forget that we're broadcasting on Dig It Detecting tonight. I still haven't figured out how to involve everybody in it. So tonight's Dig It. Next week will be on Sight and Sound, but tonight's Dig It's night apparently.
Oh, Dig It night. I can dig it, and we are on YouTube.
I can dig it.
We're on YouTube as well. So yeah. So Relic Roundup Monday nights at 9, and is that still on Spreaker?
It's still on Spreaker. They're changing the platform later on this year, so we'll probably have to find a new platform, but we'll be somewhere on here.
Why don't you guys
have been for 14 years?
Why don't you do what we do? Get this StreamYard, and you broadcast your ugly face.
That's what we're
$17.95.
talking
You
about
throw a
doing.
camera. You got a camera.
I really want to do that. I will. I might message you, or you message me, or I'll go over there and look to see, because we are definitely looking for stuff.
It's easy, yeah. And who are your co-hosts on that show?
It's Jeff Lubert in Colorado, and Debbie Schiffer Blades, who I think's watching tonight. So hey, Deb.
Oh, good. Hi, Debbie. Yeah.
I blocked her. I thought she was a stalker. I'm sorry, Debbie.
She actually sent me a friend request right after FH10, and I saw she worked for you, and I said, well, he works for him.
I know you were,
yeah,
she kind of questioned her at that point, but do it out of sympathy. Give her a sympathy.
We should get her on here and find out what it's like to work for you.
She's awesome. Yes, she makes a great guest. But anything she says about me is, she lies sometimes.
Now, does she detect?
Oh, yes. She has actually been detecting almost as long as I have, which is a heap long time. Like, I think she's been detecting 50 years probably.
I don't think she wants you to say that, but
she is the only person I know that has ever found a piece of a Civil War cannon, and it's a big piece.
I think she's watching us on YouTube. I got someone says Debbie Digs Dirt just said hi, Butch on there. So
that's her. Hey, Debbie.
That's her. Debbie, you have our condolences.
Sorry, Debbie. We'll pray for you.
I can only imagine the stuff you pull over at that magazine.
Well, she is a great person, and I've got to blame stuff on somebody, so it's always the new person. So until we get another new person, it's going to fall on her shoulders.
So what does she do there actually?
Oh, with the magazine?
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
She started out as a assistant editor. And actually started as a copy editor. Her skills were so good. She actually has gone to school. So, we were really impressed by that.
Someone who's educated.
I went to school once, but she's been to school a lot. And then she went up to assistant editor. And then she went up to marketing director. And I think the next position will probably be my job, which, give me time, I'll probably forward over to her. Who knows?
Yeah. No, it's good. No, it's cool. Yeah,
she's good. She is into American Digger 100%. So
and like you pay her, right? Listen, I need you to tell Frank about paying people. And Frank don't pay me nothing. Frank don't give me anything.
We pay her.
I sent you a coffee mug.
We pay her weekly.
You hear this, Frank?
People get you a coffee mug.
People get paid, Frank. Money.
You know how much that signed coffee mug is worth?
A paycheck, Frank. Money in the bank.
I don't have an answer for it. I don't have.
Listen. What Butch don't have one of those coffee.
Hey,
what? Who would work for you 9 years for free? What idiot?
Already had another zero to his paycheck.
9 years for free.
I don't know what Steve's complaining about. It costs me money to be on this show. So there you go.
Yeah, your business model is sort of like mine.
Oh, and when I try to quit, guess what happens? I'm sitting here, aren't I?
Well, you just about the time you think you're out, they drag you back in.
Wait till he finds the pictures of the ones I took from his house when you weren't looking.
You got me wondering with that one picture you posted, Steve. I'm sure there are other out there.
Oh yeah, you think your booth was bad?
You had an entire wing of my house to yourself.
Oh, I did. And let me tell you something. The other one that was with us, man, he put it over the top. We had snore wars. It was horrible.
There should have been a documentary on snoring. Let me tell you something.
That was bad.
If I take off my CPAP, I'm the champion. I'm the champ.
I was praying for the CPAP fairy to come and give these guys masks because oh my God.
Actually, as we were driving back that evening, I heard something kind of rumble outside, and I thought it was a truck, but I don't know.
So you know Matt Kwiatkowski, right?
Yeah.
All right, so he came along with us, and he's, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, all right, Matt, come with us and we'll share a room. The room had 2 single beds. Okay, before you start going, I know we only used one, but
I
there
know
were
you
at least
pushed
2.
them together. It's fine.
There were at least
Please
2.
tell me you didn't take pictures there.
So just keep an eye
I
on
don't
what.
want to know.
I hope I don't
I
accidentally
wake up
send
in the
them to
morning
you.
and those 2 beds were pushed together. That's all I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
hope I don't accidentally send them to you. Well, no, I guarantee you they weren't pushing it. So the first night, I wake up and he's not in the room. He goes, man, your snoring woke me up. I went out on the couch and blah, blah, blah. Well, the second night, I got blown the hell out. And
Neither one of these 2 guys should call the other kettle black because they are 2 peas in a pod.
I never travel without earplugs.
Dude, no, earplugs wouldn't have mattered. Trust me.
Earplugs are fine and good, Butch, but what do you do for the windows rattling?
Well, that's true.
I wanted to kill him, and you know what he did? He came out in the living room. I'm sleeping on the couch, started breaking my balls. He goes, yeah, I beat you tonight, ha ha.
We had a room across the hall with a door, and it sounded like we were under attack.
With the door closed.
With the door closed.
And Ronnie never heard a thing.
I was on the other side of the house.
Ronnie, you are smart. Did the neighbors complain? I mean, about the story.
We were in the middle of nowhere. We were out in the middle of, I don't even know where.
You talk about the sand scoop situation you guys got into when we had our American Digger Antique Military and Americana show in Charleston, which we put on annually in January. One of the things we do after that is we go metal detecting. Well, it never occurred to me we might be going to a beach. We ended up at a beach. Here I am out there with my overalls and my boots and a big shovel. I don't know if people thought I was clamped
on the beach. On the beach. What? Yeah.
These are called man scoops, Steve. When you're a man,
oh yeah.
You
I want to see. Next time we go to the beach, I want to see you do that.
It's the coldest the beach had ever been down there.
You must have looked like Jed Clampett the hell out there.
I did, man. The Clampets go to the beach.
The Clampett's metal detecting spree.
Randy, you want to fry up this critter I just dug with the clad quarter?
Yeah.
Boy, did you get out and detected all FH10, or were you a man in the tent the whole time?
What's that?
Oh, you couldn't walk.
I couldn't. I did not. This Florida trip, and it just killed me inside. I could not metal detect.
Well, let's put it this way:
he
wasn't manning the tent the whole time, and I got proof.
No, I was sleeping in the car sometimes, but it's.
Oh yeah, you better have been glad I didn't find you there.
Who was it that got the magic marker on me? Because it took me forever to get that off my face.
If I'd have found you in the car sleeping.
I don't know for a fact, but I heard it was Debbie Schiffer Blades that did that. I'm just saying.
Oh, well, that's possible.
I don't want to call out anybody.
Dude,
she wasn't there, but I'm sure she would. By the way, Debbie will be in Missouri along with myself, I think, watching the eclipse at one of the big hunts that's coming up. So
nice. Yeah. I could have shown you what that was like at FH10 too. I just would have stayed in front of the sun.
The moon was enough.
Well, that's true. That's true. There was a time or two that you eclipsed the sun, and I'm sure I did too.
Every now and then it'd get a little chilly, and the sun would go away, and I realized it was.
That's right. It was Steve and I sitting there talking.
All right, so here's another great story. So Ronnie goes over to St. Augustine to rub elbows with the elite.
Ooh.
Okay, the elite Ray Jones and
Raymond.
Mark Anthony and Jen Foreman, and that's it. No one else.
The Anchorman.
No one else. No one else.
I don't think he's on a show tonight. I haven't seen him.
I am the only one that does not know the tale of this Anchorman thing.
He hates
us. Got to clue me in soon. I'm the only one.
Every week that Steve puts a picture up, I try to delete the picture, get the picture off the screen, and I wind up kicking Steve off. This happened like 3-4 weeks in a row now.
Well, that means y'all don't have to pay him because he didn't stay full time on the show. Loopholes, guys. It's all about loopholes. Isn't that right, Debbie?
I reserved 55 cents for his appearance this week, so we're good. Oh, look, it's Steve.
I don't know what happened. Did you do that or did I?
I tried to take that picture off the screen so I could see everybody, and I keep forgetting it's attached to you. Oh, look at that.
That's John Porchella.
Whoa.
And there's his bloody toe from stubbing it on this anchor.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How did I not miss this? And I keep hearing about something about an anchor, and I know that's it, but wow.
So Ronnie went over to the East Coast, hung out with them, and what does he do? He scores big. Ronnie is now the proud owner of an Atocha coin.
Wow.
And it actually has a really good story. Now, folks, I know you're not used to this, okay?
Is that the prize tonight?
I know you're not used to this, but we're actually going to let Ron speak.
Whoa.
First time. Now, you think you can handle this, Ron?
I'll try to do it, and I'll try to do it fast because I don't want to cut into your time. Well, we
all right, time's up. Good job.
I knew it's
You
coming.
should have took the picture, Ron. I could have put it on the screen.
I have it here. I'll show it again. We went over to Spanish Antique Maine with Mark Anthony.
Spanish Maine and
Good. I'm not the only one that screws this up.
Antiques. We had the Lees were there. Marla and her husband. They were over there too. John White was there. We had
John White, yeah.
And I was starting to look at some pieces, and one piece caught my eye, and it was a coin with documentation that Mel Fisher got off the Atocha. Okay, and here's the coin.
Every time he goes for that coin, he starts to freeze.
Look at that bad boy. You got a pretty good.
Keep it there, Ron. Keep it there.
Yeah, you got a pretty good. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Turn it around.
And the back is nice too.
That's nice detail. Wow.
Yeah, it's a grade 2. But there's a very, very interesting story behind this coin.
And we're going to let you tell it.
And they're going to let me talk. So you might want to hold the screen up again, Frank?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. This coin, I'm on this side. This coin was in this block here. It was they call it secretion. So this coin was in here and was separated out of there, and hence it apologized to that. Now look up here, Treasure Salvage Incorporated. Treasure Salvage Incorporated was Mel Fisher's first venture. He went around raising money from people to invest in the corporation. And this gentleman, his name was Dr. Cobb, wrote him a check for $10,000. And 2 weeks later, they hit the mother lode. They found the Atocha. So for his investment, this doctor's investment, this block of coins was given to him. Now, as the story goes, it was supposedly an open-end contract. In other words, it had a closing date. So unfortunately, those lawyers said,
Doctor had to pay the doctor.
Well, it wasn't just the doctor. It was other investors. And since all the contracts were open end, supposedly, Mel had to close that corporation and start a new corporation to put time limits. Are you guys there? I don't see you. There you are.
I'm here.
So this was from the very first recovery of the Atocha under Mel's first corporation. So this is a very unique piece. And besides that, they tell me that the 2 real is probably the scarcest of the Atocha because they have a lot of 8s. The smaller ones are actually rarer.
Wow.
Because they always wanted to mint the bigger coins to get them back to Spain.
Now,
So that's my story behind that. But I do have one more quick story since they let me talk. On my necklace, I have the 8 real that I found. Frank's very familiar with this.
Wow.
Okay. But I also
I still
used
have
to
the
have.
receipt from the jewelry store.
I always have it. I donated it once to the to the Florida Club group, and they gave me a gold-plated pull tab to put on my chain. So if anybody at the hunt saw me with this, they saw me with the gold-plated pull tab. As you know, Trash Man, Timken, is it Timken?
Trash
Trash Ticket. He was at the event, and that was the weekend of my birthday. So we went over to his display, and we saw a 14 karat gold pull tab. Wow. So my wife bought this for me as a birthday present, and this is stamped 14 karat. So now I have a real 14 karat pull tab to wear along my Atocha coin or my Concepcion coin. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Back to you, Steve.
If I only knew a real jeweler, I could get something like that made.
I'm showing off
All
mine.
I'm lacking is the coin. So if we can fix me up with that, then I'll have the complete set too. And let me tell you, Trash is an amazing jewelry smith.
Oh, you guys got 14 karat pull tabs. I got a silver pull tab.
Well, if you're kind of a big deal, you get a gold one. That's all I know.
You're a big deal.
Well, yeah, I'm fairly large, so yeah.
I think you're a big
You
deal.
should have got a 6-pack of them.
I'll tell
Well,
you what, though. I think at this point we should let Butch go because he's got to do his own.
I got a show coming up. We got Gypsy Jules going to be on our show tonight talking about
Right.
the book.
Nice. That's nice because she.
Yeah, and no offense, guys, but she's prettier than all 4 of us.
Do you think you could? Do you think you could tell her to do our show one day? I asked her.
I will put in a good word for you. I will do
She's
that.
a very nice young lady. I met her at one of the
Yes.
hunts. She was real nice. But I think she does a show Monday night at 8
She
too.
does.
Yeah,
Monday night seems to be a popular night for all the good shows. So.
But now, if she sees this, she might not want to be on the show. She'll be afraid she'll see my butt.
I'm actually.
I know there's a scrappy comeback for that, but I just can't get the vision out of my mind.
Good.
Never will.
I really- you're
Would
lucky.
that be like Moon over Miami or something
I
like
think
that?
it would have been so funny looking at your face when you saw that. I can't believe I screwed that up.
You will never unsee that image, I'm telling you.
Never will I unsee it.
But Butch, I want to thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys. Always a pleasure, and thank y'all for everything you do for the hobby too.
Love having you on, Butch.
And thanks
Anytime at all. I'll be
Thanks for being a friend of Detect America. Everybody, Butch Holcombe, American Digger Magazine, American Digger Roundup, Relic Roundup. Just the man of everything. The man of everything. And just a really nice guy. Have a good night, Butch.
Okay, checks in the mail, guys.
Now,
Okay.
now we
Thanks
can talk
so
about you.
much.
Now we can talk about you behind your back.
Go ahead and talk to me. I'm going to go get ready for my own show on Spreaker. So,
All right, buddy. See you.
adios, brothers. Bye.
Let me tell you, you don't get a more down-to-earth, fun guy to talk to.
Yeah, Butch is a blast. Always
Yeah,
always
great
fun
guy.
dude to talk to.
And if I didn't screw that up, we'd have been laughing our asses off tonight.
I know. It was like once in a blue moon, you had a really good idea. And
And I'm looking, I'm like, how the hell did I send it? I was supposed to send it to you.
yeah.
And the problem is he's got the uncensored version.
Wait, did you send that to me?
I thought I did.
Well, no, I got to go back
Maybe
and look.
not.
I got plans for that and the Anchorman's picture. Oh, no, I got a whole thing brewing.
And Butch is right. You see it, you know. You can't. I can't. How can I say that's not me?
Yeah.
That's not me. So I went out, I detected yesterday. Great friend of mine. We have a lot of fun detecting together, and we've been on this big farm, this big 200-acre farm. We got out yesterday. Man, I think it's, I don't know. I can't. Why have I not found a large scent yet? I swear to God, those son of a guns stick out like anything, and neither one of us gotten a large scent. But I dug this, and it was really weird because I looked at this, and I'm like, I said, I think I found a button, and there's nothing on the face, just like a lot of, it's still stuff, dug on there, but it's heavy. It's heavy. This thing's pretty heavy. It's like, this thing's about maybe 10 grams, and that's a lot for, not 10, maybe 7 grams. That's a lot for a button, but it has this little shank on it, but the shank is like rock hard. You know how the other ones are all bent and everything? Dude, this thing is like solid. So I didn't think it was a button. So I sent it to Frank and tell everybody what you found.
Yeah, it's definitely a button. It could be lead filled. They made them that way, a lot of military buttons, but that shank tells the story. 1700 to 1760s. Absolutely.
And then I don't know. I found this, which it's very ornate. There's, of course, I knew it wasn't a belt buckle because nobody has a belt buckle like this. And we really didn't know what it was. My friend, my friend thought it was a doorbell. They go, oh, that's a doorbell. There's a wire. I said, I don't think they had electricity back at the time this was made. I'm going to tell it's a doorbell. But then I immediately showed you guys, and you said
it's a plate for a doorknob.
A doorknob. So the knob. Well, how did how did the doorknob spin through there though? I don't know.
Because that's the plate that goes. Two plates go on the outside of the door. Right. There's a hollow in the door that has a locking mechanism, and then the mortise square through both sides, and that's how it works.
All right, I got you. But it's really neat, the design. You're not going to see these anymore like that. And where do you think? How old do you think this is?
That could be literally the mortise type doorknob is from the 1850s to the 1920s.
Now that was found on a plateau in the middle of the farm field where we thought there might have been a building. You always told me they built things on high ground. Yeah. So that's the funny thing about this farm is it's not flat. There's hills, there's water. When we hunted near I found this near the water, near the creek, near the little pond there. I found this near that. And the door, now see that doorknob, that's probably telling us that there might have been a house there, huh?
Farm field with a rise on it, house, barn. Especially you're hunting near water, and the low spots could be a floodplain, so they're going to build it up as high as they can.
Right.
So yeah, some type of structure probably there. Yeah.
Because that was not brought there by any means, right? I mean, that was
No, that was probably from. You'll probably find some square nails, or you look hard enough. You'll start to see the stuff of the house, or
it was pretty
or a barn
deep.
or something.
It was pretty deep. The only coins I found were a barber dime. We found some of the old buttons from last time. Did I show them? I mean, I showed pictures, but oh yeah, this was one the little band. I can't really see. It's
the band button, yeah.
And I'm telling you, that son of a gun, that button there was laying right on top of the dirt.
That's a hard button too, because that exact style has been around for since the 1840s, 1850s.
Right, but you dated that other button.
The 60s they use it, but that particular one, it looks like it's been in the ground a long time.
So, so when do the largies and the halves start popping out of the ground?
If you're finding stuff in the time period, you're going to find it. Like I said, again, let me reference the big paper I wrote for a college one time that farm fields that get plowed are on a 5-year cycle. Stuff that's on the surface now gets pulled under and will come back, but they can be as much as 5 years in the interim. So you're constantly getting a flow of stuff that got buried. A 12-inch plow will plow and move earth 16 to 18 inches.
But this has never been detected. So there should be You know.
That's the thing. You got to if it's never being plowed again, is it still being plowed?
Oh yeah, it was fresh
Oh,
plow.
You have to hit that thing for 5-6 years.
But what I'm saying, well, we're not going to have that much time, but we got to get some kind of coin. I mean,
yeah, you'll hit pockets because, and again, I tell everybody part of this paper I wrote is about the drop and the draw. The drop and the draw is where a plow comes in and where a plow turns around. 10 times more junk, 10 times more targets, and they don't get plowed under as much. So if you dig through the garbage, you're likely to find older stuff there.
We've been digging. I mean, like I said, we're pulling.
You'll hit it. It's just there's no rhyme or reason. You're going to have to hit
after can after can. But I mean, we found some clad coins, like a dime. I haven't found any quarters, but we're finding clad dimes. I found a nickel.
I told you, if you believe that there's a house on that plateau,
right,
where you want to concentrate digging is where the plow would change direction to go up the hill, because the plow adjusts, it drops stuff that it might be dragging. So that always seems to be those 10 feet at the base of that where it meets the flat ground is a real good.
Yeah, that was
trash, but
it was warm. I was a little sweating a little bit, and it was, that was the second half of our day out there. We're gonna have to try that again, and
yeah, for sure.
I don't understand, dude. Listen,
you're pulling barbers and stuff that's been had traffic on it for a while, been people on it for a while. It'll happen. And again, it could be a down year. You could be in a year where 1917 crap is floating to the top. Keep at it.
Where I found the barber and some old buttons was over by the house, where they used to have a pool. There was a pool out there, so that had more activity over there. That's our little sweet spot. We're going to hit that again. And hopefully something comes out of that. But right now we've been going to little different locations. Like I said, I wanted to get along the water because, we know there's a lot of traffic there.
What are you swinging, the CTX?
Hell yeah.
Switch that to the deep mode, the target deep. What's it called?
It is.
Recovery deep.
I'm getting deep targets. I'm just not, they're just not what I want them to be.
It'll happen. You'll find it. You'll hit. Well, is that the field where you hit the half cent?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, listen, you got a 18th century button out of there. The stuff's there. It's just matter of finding.
Which is right near that. Remember, I talked about that landmark on the highway.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This is right across. I could see that landmark from this highway from here on the other side of the highway. It's right in view.
Right.
Let me just add to this. I took out the M8 coil the other day on the Manticore, and I went back to a house that I had hunted, again dating from the 1700s. The owner of the house had hunted that, just about cleaned it out, SCTX. So I went over there with the Manticore, and I pulled some silver out with the basic coil. But I went there 4 times. This time I went back with the M8 coil. That coil is such a hot coil for that machine. I pulled out a silver nickel and a 1939 silver quarter, and I've been over the spot. I can't tell you how many times.
Again, you don't know what you could be commingling, what you might be. That smaller coil is going to see. You're not going to hit as much stuff that's blocking it. You're going to open up clear ground with it.
That was another thing. I got to use the Manticore at FH10. I can't say anything special happened for me, but I did. I'm going to say, in a short period of time, I think I learned a lot. I think it. I learned a lot. Nothing spectacular. There really wasn't anything there. There was 8 people hunting this area. Frank found an old postal button, and nothing else was found. So who knows what?
And my find of the day was a brass cat tag.
Right. So I can't say that others found stuff and I missed it with the Manticore. Interesting machine. Swings nice. And if I hadn't bought the D2, I might have thought of a Manticore. But now with the D2, I don't really need a Manticore. I got, but it was an interesting machine, and I think that if somebody were to purchase one and learn it, that it's a real go-to machine. I know Frank's got it. Ronnie's been really into it. So
my problem with it still in the dirt. The machine is just deep as hell. I mean, it just is deep as hell and sees tiny. My problem with it on the beach is normal beach. I swing it; it's not an issue. But I went to a dirty little beach the other day.
Dirty little beach, you.
It was an old salt works for the Confederate Army. Just a tiny little piece of beach. Ain't nothing old on it, but it was just inundated with microscopic pieces of iron and minerals. And I literally had the ferrous limits on that Manicore at 13. 13 before I started cutting out every little tiny, stuff that I couldn't even find with the pinpointer. It was hitting. It likes to hit small. But when you're on a beach that's on fire with iron, let me tell you what, it was driving me crazy. I couldn't go. I had one more notch to go on the ferrous limits, and it knocked it out.
Tell everybody what you did.
So I was digging, and all of a sudden I heard this noise going. Bah, 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 bah. My battery went dead. So I broke out, and I'm going to tell everybody. And again, I'm not telling everybody sell their Manicore. If you're in the dirt, the Manicore is the monster. But if you are on a budget or whatever, and you buy the Xterra Pro, I'm going to tell you, I love that little freaking machine. I turn that machine on, and it's quiet in the water. It hits every single target there is. I was digging targets at 8 inches. I dug twice the amount of targets that I did with the Manicore because the Manicore is seeing so small. This, again, not as good a detector. Works great, sees, but doesn't see those little tiny microscopic things. So I'm hitting the coins. I hit twice as many coins. Love it. It's quiet. If you've got one, don't be disappointed if you couldn't afford a Manicore because that little machine works great. I love that little machine, and I like the chassis 10 times better. But that's another story. But good little machine.
And you're liking it, and you're liking it on the beach.
I like it on the beach. I like it on the beach right now. I'm still tweaking this Manicore because it's driving me nuts. But I'm liking it on the beach right now, probably because it's not as good or as sensitive as the Manicore. Because the Manicore will find every single piece of metal there is, and I literally stuff that my pinpointer wasn't picking up. That's how small. So it was easier to hit targets and not get caught up in all the residual iron crap that was on that beach. Right. But absolutely, am I giving it up for the dirt? No, I'm not giving it up for the dirt. Am I going back to the CTX? Yeah, we'll see. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But
Ron, what happened to I'll never let go of my CTX?
Yeah, I remember
never ever.
The only way for me to wrap my head and dedicate myself to this machine was to not have that CTX at arm's length because I never use it. I constantly
understand that, but no, you went from.
And there's another CTX in the house that I have.
You went. Well, yeah, that's the better one because it's got the.
It's got Gary Drayton's name on it, so of course it's going to find more stuff.
Sure, that's going to find everything.
Although it keeps wanting to point north towards Oak Island, I don't understand why.
Well, don't even say those words on this show.
She's yelling that it is better.
Say those 2 words again, and I'll quit.
I told her I'm going to sign my name right over top of Gary's in red.
Oh, I would. Yeah, I would.
Just another thought. Just to let the folks know. M8 coils just came in Sunday. So I have M8 coils.
Oh, what a coincidence. Ron takes one out, finds the whole world with it, and all of a sudden, yeah, by the way.
We just convinced people we didn't script this show.
Oh, this M8 coil, oh my God. I took it out and I found 85 silvers in one hole. And, would you believe they just came in?
Yes, they did. But, they're very scarce, so not many dealers have them. Just letting
you
us
have
know.
One handy? Show us.
Wait a minute. Newsflash: Gary Drayton says he likes the Manicore for the land, but does not like it for the beach. I'm vindicated.
Where's he say that?
Somebody just posted it. I don't know.
Susan Toker said that,
and I believe Susan Toker. She's a good, God-fearing woman. Would never make that up, though. Thank you, Susan. Listen, I've had that machine on St. Pete's Beach. I've had that machine on a dozen different beaches up here, and it's fine. This particular beach, and this is how you learn what the machine does and what you don't like things that it does. This particular beach is insane with bits of iron. There's an old house that was knocked down 100 years ago. There's the iron work, the salt works, which is nothing but old iron pots that rusted away.
I'd be gone.
Well, you know what? I was there, and luckily my battery went dead, and the Xterra Pro. So see, sometimes it's better to have a not quite as good machine. I'm not saying anything bad about it. That is my go-to backup right now. I was going to go to the Legend, but I didn't have it in my truck.
Listen, I want to tell you something. It is just, I think it is so awesome that we have so many different machines and so many different people like that. This one's my go-to. I love this.
Susan Cooper's yelling at you. Yes, Gary Drayton said that.
So, I mean, it's great that people get behind a machine, and there's so many different. All these companies are doing really well by putting out machines that people are liking. The Legend. Okay, I'm watching people using the Legend left and right, man, and they're, that means that it must be a really good, likable machine. You want to talk again? Why you got your hand up?
I do. Garrett's coming out with a new machine,
right?
When are we going to hear about it? The storm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Nobody knows. Even
got a name. It's got a name. That's it.
I think they might have been pulling our legs, but anyway, it's called the Storm. So maybe one day we can get KG and Ringy on the show and maybe tweak them a little bit, see if they'll give us a little information.
Here's the problem. KG and Ringy have gotten smart, and they're not going to come on the show until after it's released because that ringing guy, he's tight-lipped, he's good, but we can get KG to talk.
Neither one of them have a clue. Let me tell you, they're like, yeah, we just got a hat.
Let me just say this. If I was Gary, I wouldn't tell him anything either.
No, I wouldn't. No. Oh, but then you know what'll happen? Then you know what's going to happen is they'll come out with this machine, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, we've been testing it for years.
I've had it since 82. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Now, Dawn Chip Chase is Garrett, a person in England, right? Dawn Chip Chase, yeah.
Right.
And Dawn is a wonderful human being. Love Dawn. She's sweet. Dawn can't play poker because Dawn don't have a poker face, baby. Because she was like, oh, I don't know. I hope maybe I'll get to use one. And then I'm reading like, yeah, you've been using it for a month. You can tell. So Dawn, you gave it away that you guys are already testing it. I'm just putting it out there. I love you, but yeah, you have it already. They know what it is.
So in other words, they're going to drag this.
You know what? After the last 3 or 4 that came out and got sent back and got fixed and got this
another year,
get it right.
Another year, huh?
But you got to give Garrett credit because they're probably building up inventory because they'll release it in time for Christmas and then they'll have a boatload ready to go, unlike other manufacturers.
I'm kind of cheering Garrett on. I'd like to
listen.
Get into the market.
If they come out with a waterproof multi that's quiet on the beach, hint. I'll be the first one to get one. Absolutely. I have no loyalty to one brand or another. I like what Notka's doing. I have always liked what Mind Lab does. Mind Lab don't like me. I like Mind Lab. But
you go, Gary.
I'm going to tell you what else. I'm praying, and I'm hoping. The one company that has near and dear to my heart started me in detecting. Always thought they had great machines. Another company that's not very fond of me. Fisher, please come out with something. Please come out with something, please. The writing's on the wall, guys. You got to do something.
And guess what? There's enough people out there that'll give whatever machine they come out with a chance.
Yeah.
Competition between the manufacturers, we are the people who benefit from it.
Sure.
a
Oh, yeah.
Sky
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Good stuff coming out at better prices because the guy next door is building one too, as fast as he can. And that's the problem when you don't come out with something new for 10 years.
Yeah.
You've got companies that have come out with something new every year for the past 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm waiting for the new CTX to come out. Listen, if the new CTX comes out tomorrow, I'm giving a really good deal on the Manicore.
Why would
Just saying.
why would they come out with a new CTX when they got the
It's
Manicore?
the argument that's going around. Okay, so I told you the story about the beach yesterday, about the little tiny bits of iron. Multi-frequencies inherently want to be quiet, but now they're pumping more juice into them, and they're becoming super, super sensitive. When you're pumping 28 frequencies into the ground and you're rotating through the ones that you're picking out and actually hearing, the CTX is still. I could have walked that CTX up and down that beach and only hit the coins, only hit the good stuff, not hit that little.
So then, how do you know they can improve it? Maybe there's no room for improvement
It's
on
not
that.
even about improving it. Don't improve it. Just put it in a lighter container. I'll be happy.
Oh, you want it?
Put
You
in
just
a
want it
lighter-
remodeled?
I'm good.
You want it? You want it remodeled?
I want it. Here's a hint for you. Put it on the Xterra chassis because I love that friggin' chassis, and make the chassis out of carbon fiber.
And streamline the battery, you think?
Well, that goes without saying. That battery is old technology. That same battery today could probably fit in my pinky nail. I mean, you don't have to have that giant battery anymore. Listen,
Right.
they're putting those batteries in the handles of metal detectors now. They can. There's no doubt that they can make it smaller, lighter. It'll look like the Manicore. It'll look like the Equinox, I'm sure.
Seriously, is there any way to? Ron, do you remember what year the CTX came out?
It's about 10 years ago now.
Yeah, it's like going on 11. Right when the first XP came to America, right? Because I think I got them the same week.
You guys may remember this. This is the dinner we did in Atlantic City.
Oh, Atlantic City.
Now, I don't know if we can get the date. Hold on, let me find the date here of the dinner. Okay, and that was the release date. You'll see it there in the center.
We can't see it. Just tell us.
Yeah, but Ron, I already had my CTX then.
You couldn't have. They might have sent you a prototype.
What's the date?
My first one was the one that Donna Allen. It was going around the world, and I bought it after. I got it all scratched up. I bought it when Donna Allen was done with it.
The CTX was released at this particular dinner we did for them in Atlantic City on April 23rd, 2011.
So we're talking 13 years.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I figured about 12 years.
12 going on 13 years. Okay.
And for all you folks,
what would I have been using?
All you folks that were there, the dinner was spectacular.
Oh, you don't remember the date, but you know what you had.
Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't the dinner we were at. That wasn't the one for
the one with
Mind Labbing Day.
Yes, that was the very first Mind Labbing event.
I think I didn't go to the first one. I went to the second one.
Which I think it's amazing. Mind Lab don't do that anymore.
Rachel, the girl who used to work in the office, was asking me why I had two CTXs. And I said, because I always want a new one.
I got to tell you, though, Mind Lab backing out of that event sucked.
You know what? Listen, and like Chuck was talking on his show last night.
Chuck,
I get it. Things come up. Sometimes unforeseen things come up. You are Mind Lab. You are arguably one of the best companies in the world for metal detectors. You've got people from your organization driving down, and I'm sure on their own dime, to be a part of what you're putting on there. And you don't tell anybody. You don't tell anybody. And now we've got 4 different stories. That was just. This was not only an event for vets.
You're talking about yeah.
This turned into a huge event. There were 300 people at this event. This wasn't some rinky-dink, 10 people in the field. This was a big event, and a lot of good people showed up for a very, very good cause. Here's my problem with the story, and I'll say it because they already don't like me. If this one of the stories go well, there's one story he got COVID. There's another story that he couldn't find his driver's license and couldn't rent a car. So here's my question. Let's say that's true. Let's say he couldn't rent a car. Mind Lab shows up to these events with trailers, with big tents and all this stuff. What was he going to put in the car that he couldn't rent?
You'd have gone and picked them up too.
You know what? Something just smells about that story, and I'm sure maybe wires got crossed and all this crap. I'm sure there's a good explanation. But why don't you tell people? Why don't you tell people in advance?
And they missed out on a big event.
Missed out on a big event, a really good, and it was one of the events of the year. It was a great event. Raised $26,000, and those donations aren't done coming in.
Yeah. I guess they don't feel like they need the little people anymore.
You know what? Listen.
That might be saying it. They don't feel like they need the little people anymore.
I just saw an ad coming soon to Temu Mind Lab. Yeah, I'm just saying. Now, I just think that public relations is a huge thing, and that was kind of a slap in the face to the people that showed up for it.
That's been.
Tell me what cause is better. It's a phenomenal cause. Every penny those guys rake in goes right into that organization.
But that's been put on the back burner. That's probably been put on the back burner because now all of a sudden people will buy from us. And I heard somebody say this one time. I'm not going to say who, but they'll buy from me because they know who I am. Well, that's a bad mentality to have.
And when you've got your competition showing up there with big, beautiful tents and funky blue lights, and guess what? Your presence will start not to be missed there. And when your presence starts not to be missed there, somebody else who's appreciative of what we're doing, Notka, will be more appreciated.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Customer service is what it's about. You know,
I enjoy when Mind Lab comes. I love going and seeing all the crap they got over there and the swag. Yeah. You know what? It's an event. It is a little bit about the swag. I'm sorry, but when you don't show up, you are one of the anchor sponsors. You're a big spot. There's a big hole in the event when you don't show up. But Notka filled the gap. And Fisher,
that was coming out of your mouth.
Huh?
What, you got a snake in you? Smoking a hookah?
I'm plugged in because my battery went dead.
You're hitting the old hookah.
I'm hitting the hookah.
You're a weirdo. Well, I say we start wrapping it up.
Yeah, let's get to. I want to say, Brian Speaks. I'm sorry. I was going to give away one of your bags tonight, and I put it away in my closet, and that means that I have to spend half the day tomorrow finding where I put it.
So I have to get on.
I'll have a Brian Speaks bag to give away from Tri-Valley. Tri-Valley, is that what it is, bud? Tri-Valley Metal Detecting.
If you haven't, hit,
that's a brilliant idea. That is such a brilliant idea. A charging port on my detector, so I don't have to keep carrying 2 and 3 of them. I can just plug my cigarette into it. That is brilliant. Give that guy a patent. I'm just saying, it would be awesome if I could plug this into my detector.
What the heck? Oh, but you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to make sure Elaine was watching a show tonight before we started.
Call her now. Tell her we're signing off.
Luckily, I just saw her name and she got on, and I didn't get any phone calls. But yeah, you know, we can't be forgetting about Elaine when we do this stuff.
Tri-Valley Metal Detecting and Outdoors. Thank you, Brian Speaks, one more time. I'll make sure I have it out here for next week.
Let's see some of the names. Let's see some of the names that have registered in. See who can win. Just some everybody. I'm seeing everybody's name in here. Yeah, Brian Speaks is watching. What happened to Matt Kwiatkowski? He was in there. Oh, there. Of course, his name's Matt.
He's probably sleeping. I think I hear him snoring from Georgia.
I think my computer. My computer.
Brian, Brian. Matt Kwiatkowski made this for me. Well, Joni probably made it. But
Oh yeah, everything's about
it's an
Joni.
awesome
Yeah.
keychain. And I was like, oh, I know. I got one key for the one door in my shop. So I'm like, I'm putting that key on this ring. It's perfect. So my key where I hang my spare keys is like where my trash can is. So I pulled the key off, and I'm like this with my arthritic hand because I'm freaking old. And I drop the key, and the key hits the wall and vanishes. So now I empty the freaking trash can onto my kitchen floor, and I still haven't found it. So I asked, I said, can you please make me an Aquatech key now too?
You're a boob. You're a boob. You're
So
a
now
boob.
I can't. God forbid there's a fire back there. I can't get out my door.
You know, they gave you all this stuff. I got nothing. I got nothing, and I shared the room with them.
You got the joy of sharing a room with Matt.
And let me tell you something. I Joni, I feel. How do you sleep with that guy?
All I know is between the two of you, I had to repaint the bathroom because the paint's peeling.
That wasn't my fault. Blame him. So, all right, I got the names. I got the wheel. You call out whatever you're giving away, and I'll pick a name.
1900 Indian head cent. Nice condition.
Nice. And I can see the copper color from here.
There you go.
Okay, so there, I'm going to share the wheel so you ladies can see who wins and who doesn't. Frank,
What?
you have to put the wheel on the.
I was reading the chat. Matt said you got him as a driver. That should have been enough.
No, my man was nice enough to drive me around, drove me to the airport. He's great. We had a good time. I had a great time with him. All right, so this is for Ronnie's giveaway. And the winner is not Don Went.
We need to get music to go with that. Shelly and Dawn has music.
All right, she was here earlier.
Susan Crooker! Oh, Susan, I hope you're here for backing me up on that whole Gary Drayton thing.
You have 1 minute to answer up. And since you were backing Frank up, I just made it 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to answer or you will not win. So
Where's Susan? Let me know you're here, Susan.
I love when people congratulate them and they haven't won yet.
I see Wow here. I think it's her.
No, I don't want to hear she here. I listen. Everybody,
No, just relax.
There she is.
There you go.
All right, Sue, send me your information so I'll have to dig it out.
What's next?
We got a 1932 silver quarter. And that'll be it for today.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
Yeah. Anytime there's silver.
And that's going to go to.
That's real silver, not plated like your pull tab.
Oh, you can't beat that. Look at that. Ray Jones.
Ray Jones.
Well, he's got to answer up. Though. Don't everybody congratulate him yet till he answers up. I see the lovely Elaine Fonts is here. She's the best. Herb Lee is here. JBP, Con Mullen. IB Neal, he wants to win a pizza.
Ray Jones is here.
Kirk Fleckenstein.
All right.
I don't see Ray Jones. No, I don't
see him.
I don't see that he answered up. Congratulations, Ray. Ray's the best, man. He's a great guy.
Ray,
your
info.
So,
all right, let's make that. I got to catch Green Acres, man. It starts at 9:30.
Yeah, we're already cutting into Butch's time.
Yeah, 15 minutes already.
Yeah.
All right, let me get rid of this. Okay.
There we go. But
I got to go eat something.
You go eat something. I'm going to bed. I'm tired.
Me too. I need food.
Long days. I had long days, man.
Hey, Steve, that was a good thought. Why didn't we raffle off your hair, Steve? Ash, you cut it all off.
You know what?
Little baggies of your hair.
Let me tell you something. I still got it. Who wants to win my hair?
Frozen.
Celeste wants the curls so she can bounce them around like she did all weekend.
I feel,
It feels so good when
my hair just didn't. My hair didn't grow back the way I wanted it. It just didn't look like right. It wasn't.
That's why I keep shaving mine. I tried it and it looked like shit.
I would have fluffed yours too.
She would have fluffed mine too if I had them.
That's the word you want to use.
Yeah, I told her that before. Yeah, she's the fluffer.
She's
She calls herself that.
Do you know weaves?
And she fluffs
Did
a
you
little.
know what a fluffer is?
We went all through that before. She knows.
Believe me, I think she knows.
She's got a good sense of humor.
I think she knows.
All right, I'm out. I'm gonna eat.
All right, let's let Ronnie say goodnight. Good night, buddy.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for
Don't
watching.
forget, we happen to have the M8 coils. They just came in.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. All right, see you, buddy. Yeah. I love that M8 coil, man. I was finding things in that yard. Oh my God, it's the greatest thing in the world. Did I mention I just got them in?
I just got them in.
You don't think that was a setup, do you?
No. I want an M8 coil for my Xterra Pro.
So what else? I'm done. I want to detect.
Me too. I'm in the detecting frame of mind now.
Just get out in that field, and after about 2 hours, I'm like,
It's got to keep going.
My
Keep
concentration breaks down. My concentration breaks down. You know.
Keep it. What's the temperature up there today?
Yesterday, it was warm. I was sweating. I had long pants on though, and I was sweating. Today was I don't know. You know what? I was inside all day. I think it was like 60.
I had the air on all day.
I went out to get a couple slices of pizza.
I had to put the air on. It got. Although, you know
Oh
what?
yeah, we had. You know what? We put the air on it. A certain person wanted the air on at work today, and I said,
I didn't feel warm until about 3 o'clock. I looked and it was 80 degrees here in the house. My blood is thinning out. I wasn't even really warm at 80.
well, where I was, they kind of had the heat on, and a certain person said, "Oh, it's warm in here." So then I put the air on. It was warm in there a little bit, but so.
All right, I need food.
Dig it. All right, I'm out. Great show. What are we doing next week? Can we get someone on a show?
I'll work on it.
Oh, you know what? I just want to plug real quick, and I should have said this at the beginning of the show. U-boats. Daryl came out with a show about finding U-boats. The first episode is already out on.
I think the second one is too, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm going to check. You know what? It's on History Channel. Now, I don't have a subscription. I don't have a subscription to History Channel, but I was able to watch it. I hope they're not teasing me and they're going to make me have to buy the History Channel after the first episode. You know,
if you had Hulu, you'd have the History Channel.
If someone gave me their codes to Hulu,
it don't work like that no more. I can't even give it to my kid in Florida.
I know. I'm not getting Hulu. I got YouTube TV.
Hulu, same price, more channels.
No, I'm not switching. I wish I would have saw it at your house. I would have tried it, but
yeah, I didn't think about it.
It's all the same thing. So, all right, I'm going to bed. And unless you want to watch me do my imitation of Matt Kwiatkowski in bed.
Yeah, I'm done.
That guy was bad. He's bad. He's bad. All right, guys. Good night. We'll see you all maybe next week. If I'm still part of this show, I could quit within a week. And
we'll see. Maybe we'll bring on Butch.
Dude, you'd love to have him, man. That guy is just the man. I love that guy. He's great. So, all right, get me out of here. Say good night.
Good night.
See you. Bye. See you. Bye. Grow some hair.